This is nothing less than a slap on the face of democracy. A slap on every courageous voice that dared to rise against a system bowing to the whims of dictatorial forces. This is the grim portrait of our society today. A society shackled by a corrupt system that silently watches as democracy is strangled in broad daylight. Thousands of citizens, pleading for the right to live with dignity, for the bare minimum of basic rights, have stood their ground, facing oppression without fear of the consequences. And among these relentless struggles, one battle stands out, the fight waged by the residents of Vagator and Anjuna. For over a year, they've been raising their voices against an unrelenting menace, noise pollution. Night after night, the blaring music from hotels, nightclubs, and trance parties has stolen their peace, disrupting their lives. In 2024, amid the many movements, the fight against noise pollution emerged as a beacon of collective resilience, a reminder that even in the darkest hours, the voice of the people will not be silenced.
ज्वालामुखी जावपाची गरज आसा आणि त्या खातीर हांव सगळ्यांक सांगता गोंय सांबाळपाचें आसा जाल्यार हे ज्वालामुखी करात धगधगती ज्वालामुखी तुमच्या फुड्यान उबी आसूंक जाय.
The light of such countless candles lit against injustice is burning like a volcano in the Anjuna-Vagator area. For years, the citizens of Vagator and Anjuna have demanded firm action against the blight of noise pollution. But their pleas have fallen on deaf ears. People's representatives have worked not to amplify the voices of their constituents, but to suppress them. Protests were crushed, movements ignored, and frustrations mounted. Left with no other choice, the people turned to the judiciary for redress. Yet, even as court orders were quietly buried beneath bureaucratic apathy, the fight raged on. The citizens refused to be silenced, continuing their battle against this blatant violation through every democratic avenue available.
Things have changed a lot in Goa since the years past. I remember that all of us used to live by the season. There used to be a rainy season and everybody used to get time to rest and recuperate. But now we have tourism the year round and we have parties the year round. At least in the past, when they had an occasional party, we knew that the next day we would have peace. But this is not the situation now. Every day we can be assured that there is going to be no peace.
In the year 2024, the struggle against noise pollution became a defining feature of life in Anjuna and Vagator. While these protests have persisted for years, they captured the state's attention most prominently in the critical months between September and December 2024. Amid a rising wave of public anger against the government in this region, opposition parties have stepped in, seizing the opportunity to hold the administration accountable. In a notable development, opposition leaders from South Goa have extended their support to the people of North Goa, standing united on this issue.
सरकार कोलॅप्स करपाची गरज आसा. बार्देसकारांचो तेंको जायो. दिवपा रेडी आई? आम शास्तिकार तुंज बरे येतले, कॅम्पेन कोतले, सगळे कोतले. We are here today for the sound. We will be there tomorrow to change this government. Are you all united? Yes.
Opposition leaders came and went, but the residents here knew they had to fight their own battles. Herald TV stepped in to uncover the injustices these residents have endured for years. With a mission to question the system and challenge injustice, Herald took up the cause of the residents of Vagator and Anjuna, demanding answers from government agencies and accountability from those in power. Through programs like Point Counterpoint, we delved deep into the issue of noise pollution. We brought together the victims, the brave petitioners battling in court, and selfless, honest retired officers who once served within the very system.
It's been really terrible with all these noise pollution happening because my house is situated in such a place where I can even hear W Hotel, which is quite far away. So if they're playing loud music, it affects me. And we don't get sleep at night. My son is suffering from seizures and autism. So when he gets these seizure attacks, he needs to sleep nicely. But with these bang bang, and there is 3 clubs just behind my house, which is not more than a kilometer away. So all these things don't really help him. We are unable to reach to school in time.
Right.
Okay, then at the same time, I am trying to work with him with autism. And with this, with him not being able to concentrate because this new music is going on every now and then, and the music is really bad. It's not suitable for normal people. So yes, it's not helping him to, you know, learn more. And even his doctors also recommended, saying that this kind of a environment is not good for him.
You know, this is not a one year story, 2 year story. It's almost like a 15-year story. So are the police handicapped? Are they under political pressure? Why can't they go down and shut these illegal clubs?
About being handicapped, I wouldn't know. I've been sub-divisional police officer in Mapsa way back 12 years ago.
Right.
At that point of time, this situation wasn't there. We used to have regular checks on the postal belt. Persons from the pollution control board used to come. The device P used to make a letter. And nightly, especially on weekends, used to have these checks. Wherever they were found violating, because all these police stations have been given those meters, decibel meters, the coastal police stations. And we used to book cases, seize the equipment. Now this is a decade ago. Right. I was promoted in around 2016 and I was at headquarters. From there I went to the vigilance. Subsequently all this died down. Now whether it is political pressure or anything else, I couldn't say. I can't comment on that. When I was at headquarters as SP legal for the police department, these complaints used to come. The then Director General of Police used to mark it to us. Yeah. We used to mark it to the district SPs, in turn to the device Ps.
Right.
Reports used to come from the police station that they have gone.
Nothing found.
Nothing found. We had to rely on those reports. I have filed affidavits before.
2012-13, I, together with around 20 families who were affected with this noise pollution, got together and we filed a PIL in the High Court. This was regarding the noise pollution. And during this time, we really fought. Fought for almost 2 years. But we always came to a dead end.
Why?
Because it was the police, it was like the police fighting against us. It is the police who had submitted their report saying that they were visiting the different nightclubs and there was nothing going on. But they did in 2-3 cases, wherein Shiva Valley was one of them, UV Bar was one of them. That time we were very active and we got them arrested. We got the nightclub shut down. These were 2 clubs that were shut down during that time of agitation. But then compared to that time, it was a lone battle that I was fighting with a few friends of mine, because noise pollution at that time was something new. But from then to now, it's a big difference.
Correct. From the first time and now, just the sheer scale is completely different.
It's different because we've got
UV Bar went indoors after that.
Yeah, that was namesake indoors, but they went indoors.
Correct.
But then now the difference is it's the outsiders, the Delhi people, the Bombay people who have come in and joined hands with our locals and using the influence of maybe Delhi or the central government, and they're just bulldozing their way through.
Yeah, actually there are basically 2 parts, illegalities of this. So one is the structure that is standing in the coastal area is 90% is illegal. And the second thing is that the illegal activities that is being carried out in these structures. So this noise pollutions, finally the permissions have been given by the Goa State Pollution Board. Now the Goa State Pollution Board is not monitoring whether the noise pollution is happening in that particular area. Like in our area, that is in Mojim, it is around more than 40 lakh square meter of area. And they have placed a single noise monitoring station to monitor this entire area. And they have placed this to the location whereby the hotel is already shut down.
I see.
Again, if we go to the Anjuna site, they have placed the monitoring station to the police station. So these monitoring stations are placed away from where actually the noise is being carried out. So basically this government is also playing, they know the loopholes. So they are placing this monitoring stations away in spite of having the court orders. They are placing it away so that there is no evidence. Secondly, the police, the system, even the system is involved into this. Likewise, if any complaint goes to the police station, they get the information before the police arrive at the location. We cannot blame, because once they reach the location, there is no noise is being carried out. And this, whatever the DJs are that they are coming in Goa, they don't have any knowledge about this, whatever the regulations is there in Goa. So once the police reach and they get the report saying that there is no noise pollution is being carried out. Just after the 20 minutes, the same restaurant or the club, they carry out with the noise pollutions, with the parties. So there is no point in complaining before the police stations or whatever the emergency calls number.
Right. Now, when whatever you have read,
Yes.
is making one thing clear. That because he is not talking of the present order, he is talking of the subsequent earlier orders.
Yes.
Were almost the same.
Right.
And nothing has happened.
Right.
What is the meaning of it? The meaning of it that the court's orders have no sanctity
Right.
to the law enforcing agencies.
Right.
As you are just asking, a person who is doing business has to pay tax. Here there is a tax, the sideway tax it is. If the law enforcing agencies get their tax, this whole thing is managed. And when we are concentrating so much on the sound, what is behind this sound is a drug cartel. It is a drug cartel. If normal person cannot be going there and sitting down and hearing that music.
Correct.
Unless you are in the heaven which you believe, which is exactly hell. But at that point of time, they believe it is heaven. Now, when the drug cartel is so powerful in Goa,
Right.
it has entrenched itself so much. I am talking this from facts. From 2014, I have filed PIL against the EDM, where you have the law enforcing agencies granting permission without their dues being paid. Now, what is the explanation of this? I cannot understand. I am owning a bar. My license expired. I am broke. I want a license without able to pay the fees. Will they give me the license? I may go on. I am a law-abiding citizen.
Right.
I'll give a guarantee. I'll give a security.
Right.
No, you bring the money, take the license and go home. But whereas here, and I went 4 times to the court,
Right.
where 7 crores was recovered. But my point is this: you are granting a license knowing that the dues are there. How do you allow this? What is the meaning of it? That means right from the top to the bottom, everybody is handled. And this can happen. See, sound is just a part of the whole thing. What is attracting the sound is the drug.
In 2024, the High Court heard numerous petitions against noise pollution, though many remain unresolved. During these hearings, the court repeatedly criticized the government for its inaction. The latest blow came during a hearing on 9th December 2024, when the court issued scathing remarks about the inefficiency of government agencies in curbing illegal activities. The court went so far as to propose forming a new committee to address the issue, underscoring its distrust of the existing machinery.
The only best solution, talking about control board, talking about the police, talking about all that is all a waste of time. What is the home department doing? Who's in charge of the home department? Is the CM. What is he doing? He's the one man who can control all this and put everything at a standstill. Why not? He can interfere and close everything. Didn't Parikar do it in the past? He did it. Why can't Mr. Sawant do it? And we hope that he interferes.
So what you're saying is it should start from the top. If there's a political will to stop it, it can be stopped.
It can be stopped.
Without any
Definitely.
irrespective of who the local MLA, local minister is.
It doesn't matter.
As the final days of 2024 slip away and the dawn of 2025 approaches, the villagers of Vagator and Anjuna hold on to a fragile hope. A hope that the new year might finally bring them the peace and justice they have fought so hard to achieve. For years, they've stood resolute, demanding their basic rights and a reprieve from the relentless noise that has shattered their lives. Bureau Report, Herald TV.